Hey, what's up, tubers? This is the SHTF Hunter. I wanted to talk to you about my disaster relief mission out to Mayfield, Kentucky yesterday. So this story starts last Saturday. So last Saturday, I was out in eastern Virginia, which is about 5 to 6 hours east of where I live, sitting in a tree stand, hunting with a hunting club out there. And I was looking through my YouTube subscriptions, which Fox News is. That's about the only, the Fox News fill up my subscriptions and with videos. And I seen this, they started talking about Kentucky, and I thought something bad's happened there because I'm kind of disconnected when it comes to news and the world anymore because a lot of news organizations are just lying to me. So I kind of disconnected, and I just get a little bit of information from Fox News off of YouTube now. And but anyway, so I seen this video, and I thought something bad has happened, real bad. And I started digging around, and you know, the tornadoes that touched down in Kentucky was an EF4 tornado, EF5 being the highest. I'm like, uh, so if that's what EF4 tornado could do that much damage, I'd hate to see what an EF5 could do. I mean, that's terrible. But so when I seen the video, I was like, I need to do something. This was my fourth relief mission to a disaster area. So I called a pastor at my church. I was like, hey, I thought, let's do something for these people. Let's get some food, water, and stuff, and let's run out there. And this was the quickest I'd ever reacted to one of these disasters. And so one week, and my church was able to, gather up donations. I borrowed a trailer. We got a lot of. I bought a pallet of jugs of water because I heard one of the water towers collapsed, and so I got a pallet of jugs of water, 1 gallon jugs from Walmart. I also bought a generator to donate. We had a list of things that they were really in need of. Generators was on the list, extension cords, water, canned food. Um, I think flashlights. So that this being an early into disaster, that was kind of the list that they needed. A week, 2 weeks from now, that list will change and they'll need something different. They're probably water's always a great need, but and so Friday night, I called the people at the drop off site. I was supposed to go to Dawson Springs, and I called a phone number I had for somebody out there, and they told me that they didn't need generators. They said they had more stuff than they could handle. And so I called the preacher. I called some more people, and I don't know if anybody's familiar with God's Pit Crew and the work they do. They do disaster relief. They have tractor and trailers. We got a hold of some of them, and I got redirected 2 or 3 different people, and I think by the fourth phone call, I had a drop-off site in Mayfield, Kentucky, and they said they would accept the generators. I don't think it would have accepted a tractor and trailer load, but I had an F-250 and a trailer, and they said they would take it. So, I was pretty relieved because I didn't want to use no leave time or work because I'm getting kind of low on leave at work. And so I wanted to use the weekend, drive down Saturday. Maybe we thought about staying the night somewhere and then coming back today, but instead we drove. I had 2 other people that could drive with me for me, and so it was about a 7.5 hour. If you just straight drive, it's 7.5 hours, but I burned up a lot of fuel, diesel fuel, pulling a big load. It was a heavy load. You know, I don't know the exact weight. I just know it was a heavy load, and I think I was having to stop every 3.5 hours to refuel. My truck has like a 25-gallon tank. But anyway, so on the way up there, raining pretty hard, and as we was getting closer to Mayfield, Kentucky, I seen a stand of trees. Not like a huge forest or nothing, just stand of trees, and they had been snapped in half like toothpicks. Where the tornadoes come through, it just destroyed the whole stand of trees. Were demolished, and some of them were just uprooted, but some were cut in half, just twisted in half, I guess you'd say. And out in the farm fields, they'd be like sheet metal blown way out in the middle of farm fields, and seen a big farmer's barn destroyed before we even got there. So we got into, and then when we finally got to Mayfield, um, there was they had some warehouses, like I guess in the old, it's called Depot Street. I guess it's like an old industrial area where there's quite a few warehouses and stuff, and some of them were demolished and had damage. And then we found our drop off point, and like as soon as we got out of the truck, you know, I think what we were looking at, they told me it was the old part of Mayfield, and the destruction. I'm like, oh my gosh, it was like nothing I'd ever seen before. And like I said, if that's what an EF4 tornado can do, I'd hate to see what an EF5 tornado can do to a city. But so we dropped off all our supplies. Help, I had a whole crew with me to help unload, and they had people there at the warehouse too. And, so yeah, we kind of had to get out of there because we didn't, the military, we did what you call a turn and burn. So we dropped all the supplies, got back in the truck, and we were going to get out of the disaster area and try to find something to eat, and stopped at some barbecue joint. And it had like what looked like big feed bins or something. I don't know. I can't remember. It was pretty good, but so we didn't know if we wanted to stay the night, or I was just gonna gauge how everybody felt, whether or not we'd try to find a motel room. But me and my buddy and his wife, she could drive a tractor trailer too. I've seen her do it. But me and my buddy were both capable of driving tractor trailers, so we decided we was going to hike it on back here to the house. And so we come on home. And one of the, I want to talk to you. One of the reasons I do rescue reliefs or disaster relief missions is because it helps me gauge, what people need in these disaster areas. To me, this is your most likely SHTF. It's a short-term natural disaster. So I want to see, as a prepper, I want to see what I need supply-wise to survive such things. In a tornado, the only way, if a tornado hit your house directly, the only way you'd survive if you was in the basement or a ditch or a cellar or something underground. So after seeing this, so yeah, and I know like different disasters, the need will be different. I know like in hurricanes, a lot of times you need a lot of tarps, and this and here's in the middle of winter, so you're gonna need blankets, you're gonna need all kind. This I felt a need for urgency on this one because it's the middle of winter right before Christmas, and it's like we need to help these people. And well, when we were there, the people at the warehouse, they were a part of a church, and they told us if we wanted free meal, their church would be serving at 4:30. Well, we was already getting ready to head out of there, but so there's a lot of community meals in their area, and that's a good thing. That's why we do what we do, take care of each other. Churches, the kind of the sense I get, I've been to I dropped off at a couple churches before, and I guess it's like, several churches had a couple different warehouses or working out each other's warehouses, And I guess the church gets, they know different churches know different people, so they get the supplies to the people that they needed to get to. So it is organized. Some of what I seen didn't have nothing to do with the federal government helping anything, but that's just how it is. Bubba taking care of Bubba, and that's America right there. Bubba taking care of Bubba. Anyway, this is HTF Hunter. Just thought I'd make a little video, and I'll catch you on the next one.